Walking slow down my own street, strangers smile when our eyes meet. Doesn't matter at all.
Welcome to the Kindness Matters podcast, a show that celebrates the powerful truth that kindness can change the world. Every week I aim to shine a light on people and organizations making a positive difference in their communities, proving that compassion, empathy, and connection still thrive, even in challenging times. This podcast is about more than good stories, though. It's about real impact. Through heartfelt conversations, inspiring acts, and everyday examples of humanity, the Kindness Matters podcast invites listeners to rediscover the power of kindness as a force for healing, growth, and genuine connection. If the message of this show resonates with you, please share it with your friends and family. Each share helps spread the light a little further, because when it comes to kindness, the ripple effect is limitless.
Voice of the crowd, I see neighbors helping.
I'm just like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Just do it. These people don't know you or whatever it is, it's been every time I go and do something kind, it's easier the next time to do it because it's almost, I guess, semi-instant gratification. You can feel it, you can see it, and it always comes back to you in some way through the feeling because it softens you. It makes you a better person on the whole by doing those things.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. As my mom used to say, from the bottom of my little black heart, for making the conscious decision to choose to listen to the Kindness Matters podcast. I am your host, Mike Rathbun. I greatly appreciate the fact that you're choosing to listen to a podcast about kindness, and all of you out there I know are who listen to this podcast are also spreading it. So thank you. I have a fantastic show for you today. I want you all to meet my guest, Cathy Catterson, musician, photographer, and full-on creative vibe extraordinaire. Born under the sunny skies of Southern California, but raised among the lush valleys of Oregon, she brings together West Coast chill and Pacific Northwest soul. Cathy's superpower? Turning childhood curiosity from climbing trees and tinkering with cars to daydreaming about art into soulful music and striking photography. What started as shy daydreams became her voice, and today she crafts art that isn't just heard, it's felt. Whether she's composing a new melody or capturing a moment through the lens, Cathy's aim is simple: make something real, emotional, and beautifully human. Get ready to dive into a conversation that's warm, creative, and full of heart. Because with Cathy, kindness, art, and authenticity all play on the same frequency. Welcome to the show, Cathy.
Thank you. Happy
Welcome back
to be here.
to the show.
Yes.
We had you on last year.
Yes.
Was it last year? Or
It
2 years
was.
ago?
It's been just about a year ago.
Wow, cool. Well, always happy to have you. Always. You're good? You're good? All good?
Good. I'm really good.
Good. Are you any new music coming out or?
I am hoping to have some new music out in December. Kind of took a little hiatus there for a bit. I had a garden this summer and it was larger than I anticipated and it took up a lot of my time. Yeah,
I
there
have
was that.
such a black thumb. I never have to worry about my garden getting out of control.
Well, that's why my garden is so big because up until this year, I've had the black thumb of death. And this year, I planted a whole bunch of things, anticipating that most would die and everything lived. And yeah, so I'm like, oh, I need more space because, everything grew. And I had a 4 foot by 12 foot wall of tomatoes that I'm yeah,
That's a lot of salsa
it was
or
a lot of salsa, a lot of
tomato soup or what have you.
tomato everything, anything I can put tomatoes in. Yeah, it
Was
was,
there a lot of tomato at Thanksgiving?
there was some tomatoes.
Oh, was
There
there?
was kind of intricate, yeah, get some things in there, and I have bags and bags and bags of frozen whole tomatoes in my freezer.
Nice.
Yep. Uh,
Thank goodness for freezer. I'm always asking the intelligent devices around my home, can I freeze, fill in vegetable here, right? I'm amazed at all the things you can freeze.
mhm.
But I asked you on today because we had a conversation about um, community and kindness, right?
Yes.
Um, so what does kindness in a community mean to you? And how did you first become aware of its importance in your own life and your own neighborhood?
Kindness in the community is being available and being willing to help your town, your community, your neighborhood. It's basically opening your eyes and seeing and really seeing people. And it's so many of us just walk around with blinders on, and
Yes.
is stopping and taking a look around and seeing those in need, seeing the opportunity, looking for the opportunity to do a random act of kindness for other people and
Yeah.
businesses and that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think community is where all of the larger kindness, I almost hit my mic, is where all of the larger kindness initiatives start, right? It starts with you and your neighbors or your local businesses. And when it starts there and it ripples out, right? Um, it's just the whole kindness movement starts in any given community, I think.
Yes.
Agreed. Okay, we're done. No, I'm just kidding.
Perfect.
Well, that was short. That's going to be a
Oh,
short episode. Um, but are there when you talk about kindness in the community, are there specific community initiatives or projects that you've witnessed or participated in that made you appreciate the ripple effect of kindness?
there has been quite a bit showing up in my town. I mean, I live in a town that's about, we'll say 50,000 people, not huge, but not tiny either. I have noticed, especially over the last month and a half to 2 months, people in my Facebook, like, the what's happening in my town. People are putting up, little food pantries and putting canned food, and it's anybody to, leave some, take some. I mean, I think I've seen probably 6 or 7 posts of different ones around town that are just it's amazing. It just makes me really happy. Um, I have been feeling the urge to donate more to food pantries than I have. Just, you get that feeling, I just need to do something more. And, in fact, my work, I didn't set it up, but it was right around we must have been syncing on that because within a couple of days of me thinking about that, one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, we're getting together a huge order, a food pantry, donate food." And oh my gosh, I had the entire back of my car full. It took 4 people to bring everything in because I was just like, I am all in. I'm just everything from toilet paper to, um just everything, and,
Yeah, yeah.
I just feel very strongly about that, um, and there's just so much to do. There's so much that I think needs to be done just to help.
Yeah, for sure. that's such a great example because it's very recent, right? Because once those benefits were going to run out and people realized that there were going to be people in their community who were not going to have access to food, it just kind of exploded, didn't it?
It did.
And it was such a great feeling for me and for you too, I'm sure. But to see on Facebook, um, I, people in my community, the blah 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 community page, how they just stepped up and I saw at least a couple of posts, and also not just the people, but there were businesses stepping up.
Yes.
There's a pizza place, not too far from me. It's a little bit, but who months and months ago, the owner of this pizza shop had found somebody going through his trash looking for food. And he kind of launched this crusade and, said, well, if you're hungry, if you don't have food, don't go through my trash, come to my store, ask, and I will give you, either a pizza or a slice or what have you. And, you know, and then when this whole thing with people losing their SNAP benefits came about, he just made it even bigger,
Mm,
right? And then partnered with other restaurants, small local restaurants, to just make it even bigger. And I was just blown away. That wasn't, the big multinational corporations doing that. That
it's our
was
little
small
guy.
mom and pop
Yes.
shops and individuals. And I love one of my favorites is these people that had like little free libraries and they turned
Yes.
them into little free pantries instead.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
It is wonderful. It's these little places, they are so connected with the community, and the level of caring that they show is heartwarming, and it's just makes you yeah, it makes me wanna support them even more just because they don't have to do that, and the fact that they are it's
Yeah.
life-changing. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody has to do that. I saw somebody step up and say, if you need to go to a food shelf but you don't have a car, I will take you. Reach out to me. I will take you to do that. And there were a couple of people like that. I'm like, that's where
That's
the stuff is. That's
Yep,
where the juice is, right? It's your neighbors and just reaching out and saying, if you are in a bad place, here's my hand. Take it. I'll help.
yep. I saw, on Thanksgiving, I saw multiple people say, "Hey, I've got extra food. If someone wants a plate of Thanksgiving dinner, let me know. I will bring it to you." And it was
Yeah, it didn't
very cool.
stop when the benefits were reinstated
Nope,
either.
nope.
It's still going.
Yeah,
Yeah, I yeah, and this is all happening at the community level. It's national, but where it's starting and where it's taking off from is at the community level. I
yes,
love that. I recently saw there's a bookstore again near me that inside this bookstore, there's like multiple small businesses working. There's a woman who makes art and sells it, and the proceeds goes to an animal shelter, for example.
nice.
So there's a nonprofit right there in that coffee shop. It's just it's such a great thing to see. So talk to me about what do you think are some challenges or misconceptions that people have about kindness? Especially today because our world is so fast-paced or polarized, right? Because for all the love and the warm, gushy feelings that we got from those people reaching out, there were always those that pushed back against it, right?
There's people who push back, and I think a lot of people decide not to help because there are people that take advantage of it. People, take advantage of those willing to help, and that's always something that's in the back of people's minds. They're, you know, if hey, if you need food, come on over, but it's either, maybe it's people who don't need it, or maybe, there's
Yes.
always those people who exploit it, and it really hampers the feeling of giving, and because you're always second guessing yourself, oh, should I be doing this, or what if this, it's disappointing that it has to be like that, um
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of the price you pay.
It is. It is. And it's like, well, if I have a choice between feeding 10 people and I know that maybe one of them doesn't really need it, or not feeding 20 people, knowing that there's probably one person in there who wouldn't need it. I mean, I always feel like it seems like a no-brainer to me to, I'll take that risk of maybe feeding somebody who doesn't need it to feed the dozens more who will need it, right?
Right. Right.
And so I don't understand that whole, but there's scammers out there, or I don't understand that argument at all.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be scammers, but you know what? There is more people that need help, and
Yeah,
that's yeah.
absolutely. Okay. So how do you think everyday simple acts like offering help or a friendly greeting, hi, how are you, um, contribute to a stronger and more inclusive community spirit? I mean, we can see it, right? But how do you think that contributes?
It makes a huge difference. One of the things that my daughter and I try to do, like if we go to a store, she's a grown up, but we
Okay.
go shopping together, but
Right.
we'll see someone and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love her hair. She's like, well, I love her hair. So we'll go up to her and just be like, your hair is gorgeous. We just absolutely adore your hair. And you can see their whole demeanor change. You can see, I mean, just saying hi, makes a big difference. I went into work, had a horrible day, had to go to the grocery store after, and I was grumpy and I was just focused, and I'm just, I'm doing my
Down
thing.
there.
And someone stopped me and said, I saw your sweater from way over there, and I just love that color. And it just looks so good on you. And it totally changed. I mean, it totally changed my whole day, that whole bad day, gone just like that, just by someone saying
Yes.
that. And it totally changed my entire attitude.
It's like magic.
It is.
And yeah, just one simple kind word can wipe away, because we've all been there, right? We've all woken up in the morning and like, oh, this is a crappy day. I hate it. I don't want to do this.
Yep.
Um, and and if nobody was said hello to you, or you look good today, or I love that work on that project at work, you probably would just go through your day feeling like that for the rest of the day. And does
Yes.
that carry through to the next day? If it's not resolved, I don't know. I'm sure there are psychologists out there, but that could tell me.
Mhm.
Do we carry that from day to day? I suppose we do.
We
But
can.
yeah,
I have.
have you? Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, yeah. Go to, been angry all day about something, and you go to bed.
Still
Surprisingly, you
angry.
dream about it, you wake up and you're still angry, and it's just a cycle. It just takes one thing to just flip that switch.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I had another question for you. Okay, so kind acts in the community. Um, do you think there are tangible outcomes, like improved mental health, reduced conflict? greater civic pride that you've seen linked to acts of kindness?
Yeah, I do. It's the people, especially the people who need it the most, whether it's homeless or just, hungry. I mean, giving and just helping those people, oh, it makes a huge difference. Um, Helping, like, we had a business downtown that was really struggling, and a lot of there was, "Hey, you know what? Let's rally behind this business." And, so everybody came in and bought something, just to help them. It's things like that. It really does make a difference. I mean, in so many different ways. It's it can be life changing, and you can see that in, especially in a little smaller community. You can it's easier to see those things happen.
Yeah, yeah, it's more visible on a smaller scale,
Mhm.
but yeah, it does carry out though, right? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. I we had a grocery store in my hometown. It was like I could walk there in 10 minutes, right? And they were family owned for decades, probably 100 years or so. And everybody loved that store. There are some that would say, well, they're too high priced, but it was a family owned local grocery store, right?
Yes.
And you just don't see too many of those anymore. And they, several years ago now, they, right about the time a Walmart went in about 10 miles south of us, they said, yep, we're done. You know, and you can still feel that impact today. Anytime there's talk of something being built in the town, they're like, I want that store back.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know that anybody, I don't know that shopping there more would have saved that. I just felt, think they felt like they couldn't compete in
Right.
that environment. But yeah, those local businesses are essential to a community, aren't they?
They are. Our
Yeah.
downtown, is all, small businesses and restaurants, and, I try and frequent those if I can, every week. I try and pay with cash, to lighten the burden on fees and this and that and the other thing. And I try to frequent them as often as I am able, just to keep them going.
Yeah, for sure. Um, okay, here's one for you. Here's a question for you. Can you share a story about a time when the kindness of others encouraged you to pay it forward?
Yeah, actually. So when I was a kid, um, our the property we have okay, property we had, but I still have because I live in the house I grew up in. Um,
Yay.
we have about 3.5 acres, and when I was a kid, my mom was an avid gardener. I mean, we had like an entire acre of garden
Oh,
every
wow.
year. And something that I noticed with my parents, because we didn't use all the property, and we had cows and pigs and chickens and rabbits. We had all the stuff. But we had part of our property that wasn't being used, and we would, I guess you could say, kind of in a roundabout way, do a garden share. But we would, people that lived in town, my parents would be like, "Hey, we've got some extra property. Do you want to grow a garden out here?" And so they would come out, grow a garden. My we'd water it, several times a week for them, and then they
Oh,
would
nice.
come out a couple times a week during the weekday, and then spend like afternoon and evening on a Saturday. They'd bring their kids, and all us kids would run around, and then we'd pick blackberries and make homemade blackberry ice cream. It was just the best. One of my fondest memories ever is us all doing this gardening together with other families. And that's something that I have wanted to do and have offered part of my property to, you know, someone doing, flower farming, or, different things. So far, no one has taken me up on it, but I want to very badly. We live a little bit out of town. It's not too far, but it's enough that it's a little inconvenient to come out frequently. But
When they find out what a bumper crop you had this year, they may change their mind.
oh my gosh, that was crazy. Could not believe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
But yeah,
things
that's
like
so
that.
cool.
Yeah.
And go ahead. I'm sorry, I
Oh,
interrupted you.
oh no, it's fine. It's, it's just have something, you have a little extra, share it. I mean, and in growing a garden, it's not hurting anyone. It's benefiting you. It's building friendships. It's building your community by offering that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so, okay, last question, I promise. What role has kindness played in your personal growth and your relationships within the community? Tough question, sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm thinking here.
I'm like the Barbara Walters.
It has made me. I've always been a very empathetic person. I've always kind of felt the needs, but a lot of times because of my anxiety as a child, it that has carried over into adulthood, and so sometimes it's hard to act on those things. You just have those second thoughts in your mind all the time, and so you're like, I don't want to do that. But stepping out and actually I'm just like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Just do it. These people don't know you or whatever it is, I try and it's been every time I go and do something kind, it's easier the next time to do it because it's almost, I guess, semi-instant gratification. You can feel it, you can see it almost immediately. And it always comes back to you in some way through the feeling because it softens you. It makes you a better person on the whole by
Yeah,
doing those things.
for sure. Absolutely. Noises. Uh, well, Kathy, thank you so much for joining me today. I think this is such an important conversation to have. Um, starting kindness in your own community can make such a huge difference, and I don't think we really understand exactly how much until you do it, right? Where can we find your art and music?
You can find that at catherinecatterson.com.
There will be a link in the show notes in case one of my listeners is going, "What is that with a K or a C?"
It's with a C.
Got to write
Catherine with
down.
the C, Catterson with the C, .com.
Just call you
Oh,
Cece.
wait.
Is it .com?
Actually, that used to be my good. Yeah, no, that's right. I had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, that's right. My nickname, oh my gosh, my nickname used to be CC way back.
Well, it's
I worked
perfect.
I worked with 3 Cathys and so we all had our own thing. Everybody else became Cathy or Catherine and I was CC, so that's funny. How did you know?
I was not a stalker. I mean, I am, but I didn't know that one. How about that?
Uh,
Thank you so much for coming on
Thanks.
today. I really appreciate it, and you're doing amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Human first, before the names, before the label.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Kindness Matters podcast with my guest, the amazing, sweet Cathy Catterson. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I've been adding like a little hook at the beginning of my episode. I hope that didn't screw you up too much. If you feel like sending me some feedback, please feel free. You can reach out on any of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whichever it is. Just let me know what you think about the hook at the beginning of the episode. Anyway, I hope this episode left you feeling a little easier, a little more hopeful about the state of the world that we all share. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to tell your friends, family, and coworkers about us. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for more uplifting content. It's free, and there's a link to sign up in the show notes. You'll just get like a really uplifting email every month. That's all we ask. It's free. Did I mention it's free? Yeah. You have been listening to the Kindness Matters podcast. We will be back again next week with a brand new episode, and we would be honored if you would join us again. Until then, remember, kindness matters, and so do you.
But we're human first.